Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel where we talk all things personal finance, traveling, and self-made millionaires. So today we're talking about how to become a millionaire and reach millionaire status. And I want to share with you guys 7 things that millionaires understand about money that most people do. But before we dive into that, let me give you a disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Consult your financial advisor before making any major changes to your financial plan. Alright, with that being said, let's dive right in. So this video was inspired by a book called Millionaire Math. I highly recommend it if you haven't read it already. It's really helped me reshape the way I look at money, and also gave me some ideas of how I can grow my wealth even more. Number 1. Automate your investments. New money comes from 2 primary sources. The first one is your investments growing and then compounding. And then the second source is you working and bringing in new money from your job. So as a result, there are 2 types of investors. You have passive investors who earn dividends from their investments, and then you have active investors who bring in new money from their job. Now, what millionaires understand is that when they add new money, it's primarily through investing. And so here's what you want to do. You want to automate your investments. So set up an automatic withdrawal every single payday to go and add new money to your investments. That way you're adding new money consistently and you're taking emotion out of investing, because sometimes, we get excited and maybe we feel like investing is not safe, or maybe we feel like, oh, I'm not going to make as much money from my investments. Maybe I should try something else. And so, we start doubting ourselves and second-guessing our decisions. And so, you want to take emotion out of it. You want to stay consistent and you want to automate your investments. Number 2, pay yourself first. So you want to automate your investments. You want to take a portion of your paycheck. Before you do anything else with your money, before you pay rent, before you buy groceries, before you pay your credit card bills, you want to invest a portion of your paycheck and then live off the rest. Number 3, use millionaire math, not poor man math. So poor man math is when you say, oh, if I invest $100, I'm going to get 4% interest, which is $4. And so $4 is a lot of money to wait 12 months to receive. But if you use millionaire math, you'll see that $100 invested today could turn into $100,400 in just 12 months. That's an ROI of 400% versus $4, which is a 4% return. Which one sounds better, right? The 400% return. But how is that possible? How can you earn 400% return in just 12 months? Well, you do it through reinvesting. So after you invest that $100, you get $4 in return. Instead of spending that $4, you invest it again. So now you have $104. And next year, you're going to get $4.16 in return, which means instead of getting $4, you're going to get $4.16, because now you have $104 invested. Number 4, add new money to put your investments into overdrive. So you have your investments paying you dividends. You're reinvesting those dividends, and then you're also adding new money from your job. You're investing that as well. Now, what do you do? When you get a raise at work, when you get a bonus, when you get a promotion, instead of rewarding yourself with something material, something tangible, like a new car, like a bigger house, you want to reward yourself with more investments. So you want to add that money to your investments, and then you're going to let compound interest work its magic. Over time, these numbers are going to grow exponentially, and you're going to be very happy that you did that. Number 5, soon your investments will overtake new money added from your job. So the reason why I said earlier that there are 2 types of investors is because you either adding new money through your investments, or you adding new money from your job. So when you start investing, you might find that the amount that you're investing every month from your job is pretty small. Maybe you're only able to invest $50 a month, maybe $100 a month, maybe $200 a month. But over time, your investments are going to start paying you dividends, and then you're going to be able to add new money through your investments. And eventually, you'll reach a point where the money that you're remaking from your investments is greater than the amount that you're putting in from your job. And so now your investments are paying for your lifestyle. Your investments are the ones paying your bills, paying your mortgage, paying for groceries, paying for your car, paying for everything. And so now you have extra money to invest even more. You have extra money to travel, to do other things that you enjoy. You have extra money to help family members. This is why it's so important to invest. You want to invest early. You want to be patient because eventually the snowball effect is going to kick in. Number 6, work and invest now so once you're in your 50s and 60s, you can enjoy traveling and all the fruits of your labor. So many people don't like their jobs. I know, I've been there. A lot of us do unlike our jobs, but we feel like we have no choice but to do it because we need the money. But if you're someone who's able to watch this video, you probably have access to technology. You probably have access to the internet. You probably speak English. You probably live in a first world country. And these are all privileges that give you an advantage to building wealth that other people do and have. If you live in one of these countries, you're fortunate. You have an advantage and you want to use it. You want to use it while you're young. You want to use it now, so once you're older, you can enjoy life. A lot of people are working so hard now to be able to retire and travel. But by then, they're in their 60s, 70s, they're old. They retired, and they do want to have the energy to do the things that they want to do. They wish they had done it sooner. So use your advantage. Invest now. Work hard now, so when you're older, you can travel and truly enjoy life. Number 7. You don't want to have to work for your money. Let your money work for you. So many people work so hard, they sacrifice so much to be able to save a little bit of money, thinking that having this money is gone. Nah, make them happy. But if you ask any millionaire, having more money does not make them happier. It doesn't make them any happier than the guy who has less money. We've just gotten used to a certain standard of living. And so, if you have $1 million, you're going to be very comfortable. You won't have to worry about paying your mortgage. You won't have to worry about paying your student loans. You won't have to worry about buying groceries. You won't have to worry about buying gas. Like all of that stuff. You won't have to worry about it. But beyond that, having $10 million isn't going to make you any happier than having $1 million. So once you reach that $1 million mark, you want to focus on investing. You want to focus on growing your investments. You want to focus on making your money work harder for you, because that's the only way you can achieve true financial freedom. And then the last thing that I want to mention is what the rich think about money differently than poor people and middle-class people. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So basically, you have 3 groups of people. You have the poor people, the middle class, and then the rich. And then you have a pile of cash. Okay, so everyone has access to this pile of cash. There's no limit to how much you can grab from this pile. There's no limit to how much you can take. But what happens is the poor people, they grab as much cash as they can from this pile, and they think that the more cash that they have, the more money that they're going to make. And so they take all of their cash and they put it in a bank. They leave it in their bank account. So they're grabbing all of this cash, they re-putting it in their bank accounts, and they re-hoping that somehow magically they re-going to make money. But what happens is inflation goes up, the value of their cash goes down. So they have more cash, but actually less purchasing power. So then the middle class comes along. The middle class, they see what the poor people are doing. They see that they're hoarding all of this cash, hoping that somehow they're going to make money. The middle class, they come along, they're smarter, they're more educated. They take the cash and they invest it. So they invest it in a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds and real estate and so forth. They're using their cash to go and make more money. Here's what happens when the rich come along. They see what the middle class is doing and they say, hey, this is great. You guys are using your cash to make more money, but we can do it better. So what they do is take the cash and they invest it, but they also buy assets. So they buy assets that produce even more money. They'll take the cash and invest into businesses. They'll invest in real estate properties that generate rental income. They'll also invest in dividend stocks that pay higher dividends. So now the rich are using their money to make money, but they're also buying assets that produce even more money. So the rich get richer. Alright, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment below to let me know what you thought. Subscribe if you haven't already. I post new videos every single week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.